Is that sharp, stabbing pain in your heel the first thing you feel when you get out of bed in the morning? That feeling that makes you dread taking those first few steps? If you're tired of foot pain dictating your life, you're in the right place. Hi, it's Brodie from Be Mobile Physiotherapy, your dedicated experts in strength and fitness for adults 55 and over. Plantar fasciitis is one of the most common, frustrating conditions we see. It can turn simple activities like going for a walk or playing with your grandkids into a painful ordeal. But the good news is you don't have to put up with it. In this video, I'm going to change how you think about heel pain. Firstly, I'm going to explain what plantar fasciitis really is. Secondly, I'm going to show you some simple strategies for pain relief. And lastly, I'm going to show you the one key exercise for a lasting improvement. So let's clear up the name first. Now, you've probably heard it called plantar fasciitis, which suggests inflammation. But research has shown that chronic inflammation isn't actually the main issue. So now the preferred term is plantar fasciopathy, which simply means the band of tissue on the sole of your foot is suffering. The most common symptom is pain on the bottom, inner part of the heel, usually worst with those first few steps in the morning. Often it will ease slightly, but then become worse again with increased activity. So if it's not caused by chronic inflammation, what's going on? Well, the best way to think of it is it is a load versus capacity issue. Pain may arise when the load you're placing on your foot from walking, standing, or a sudden increase in activity is more than the capacity of the foot to handle that load. So if the current or recent load on your foot is too high and your foot is suffering, what can you do for fast pain relief? The first logical step is to temporarily reduce the load on your foot to give those tissues a break. This is your short-term relief strategy. This might look like breaking up your longer walks into shorter ones, taking seated rests when you're doing gardening or housework, and temporarily swapping higher impact activities like jogging for something lower impact like swimming or cycling. Here are 3 more things you can do to reduce the pain in your foot. First is to get an off-the-shelf shoe insert or heel cup, something like one of these. Now, you don't need to have fancy custom orthotics, just try one of these off-the-shelf products and see if they work, because they often do help by reducing the load on that plantar fascia while you're using it. Second is to wear comfortable, supportive shoes as much as you can. Usually something like a running shoe is a good choice, but ultimately it's up to you and whatever shoe you find most comfortable and least painful. Typically we want to avoid really flat shoes and likewise avoid really high heels. So something in that middle range is often the best choice. And third, you can try this plantar fascia stretch. It's not actually stretching or lengthening the fascia in any meaningful way, but it has been shown to be a useful short-term pain relief tool. The way to do it is to sit on a chair like this, bring this foot up so you're cross-legged. You want to support your heel with one hand and with the other hand pull the toes and the foot back. So we're stretching the bottom of the foot here and this plantar fascia area. You can hold for 10 seconds and repeat 10 times as a good starting point. Now, if you struggle to get your foot up across your knee like that, here's an alternate version you can try. Take a towel and put it around the end of your foot over your toes. You want to make sure you can pull the toes back as well. And then from there, pull the towel up into that stretch. You want to keep your knee bent so the focus of this stretch is on the foot and the plantar fascia, not the calf muscles. So give that stretch a try. It can be helpful to do it when you first get up in the morning before you take those first few steps out of bed. Try these strategies and hopefully you get some pain relief in your foot, but know that these aren't going to solve the issue. To actually get a long-term fix, we need to rebalance the load versus capacity scale in your favor, and we do that by building capacity. Let me show you how with this exercise. This is the #1 exercise you need to be doing to manage your plantar fasciopathy, and it's called the heel raise. I'm going to show you the few different versions you can try to pick which one suits you at the moment. Starting with a very simple flat ground heel raise. Hold on for balance if needed, and we're just raising up and controlled on the way back down. We want to do a good 1 second pause at the top and then 2 to 3 seconds as we lower down. This is just the level 1 starting level of the exercise. If you're ready to try something a little bit harder, you're going to need a rolled towel. What we're going to do is put our toes up on the rolled towel. We're trying to have the ball of our foot still sitting on the ground like that. And then we just go through the same heel raise action. So once again, up, pause for a second, and 2 to 3 seconds as you lower down. By putting the toes on a folded towel like this, we're putting a bit more stretch and a bit more load through that plantar fascia, which if you can tolerate it, is going to help build its capacity in the long run. Next level to try is we need a step. If you have a step like this, that's great. Otherwise, just find a set of stairs. And we're going to do folded rolled towel on the step. And same thing. So I'm going to put the ball of my foot on the edge of the step there, once again with toes up on the rolled towel. Same with the other foot. And then we heel raise, 2 to 3 seconds down, letting those heels drop below the step. Same thing as we come up, And this is now putting a lot more load once again and more stretch on that plantar fascia. So see which of these versions you can comfortably tolerate. A little bit of pain and discomfort is okay as long as it is tolerable. Now the next level for all of those exercises is a single leg version. So now imagining my right foot is the one with the plantar fasciopathy, I can do heel raises, single leg on the right. I can do rolled towel, single leg on the right. Once again, that's adding more load to the plantar fascia. And of course, the hardest version is off the step, single leg with the rolled towel, holding on for balance if needed and trying to raise up, pause, and 2 to 3 seconds down. So pick whichever of those versions suit you for now and try doing 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions 3 times per week. By consistently incorporating a version of this exercise, you are actively building strength and resilience in your feet and addressing the underlying causes of plantar fasciopathy. Remember, the journey to pain-free movement is a proactive one. Okay, let's quickly recap. Firstly, plantar fasciopathy is a load versus capacity issue. It's not just about inflammation. Secondly, you can get pain relief by temporarily managing the loads you place on your foot. But lastly, the key to long-term success is to consistently strengthen the muscles and fascia with targeted exercise. I hope this video has given you some clarity and, more importantly, a sense of control regarding your foot pain. If you're ready to build a stronger, more resilient body, well, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you'll also help us reach and empower more people over 55. And lastly, if you want to check out a video about working on your leg strength, which is also important for supporting your feet, well then check out the next video on screen. Thanks for watching.